Hi everyone, this is Madhumita of Science Department. Up to our previous video, we have discussed many things about plants. From this video onwards, we are going to discuss about animals. So before getting to the topic, first we are going to start up from very basic unit of animals. Yes, of course, that is cell. Cell is the basic unit of animals. So, how it has been discovered? The scientist named Robert Hooke, he has found a cell. How? Actually, it is an accidental event. After the discovery of microscope, he has just observed a small piece of cork which is made up of oak tree under the microscope. So during that time, he has found out something like small rooms, small compartments. So he has named that as cell. So after that, so many scientists, they have coined many things about cell. So the very important thing is about cell. Cell is cell theory. Okay. So in this cell theory, the scientists, they have claimed that cell is the structural and functional unit of every organism. So first, we need to know what is the meaning of structural unit. Okay, so the cell only, it makes a particular structure. Now I am in this structure, that is because of my cell. Now dog, cat, each and every organism, it is in particular shape, it is in particular structure, it is because of cell. For example, to build a structure, to build a building, what the mason will do? They will just make the bricks one on another. Okay, so by doing that, they will make a wall. Okay, the same way, the cell, it just combine together and it forms a tissue. They, by making a single wall, they will make the second and third wall and they will make a room. The same way, various tissues, it combines together and it make organ. Then many kind of rooms, it combine together and it forms a structure called a building. The same way, various organs and organ system combine together and it form a structure called organism. Okay, so this is how the cell, it is being coined, which means it is a structural unit. Okay, what is called functional unit? We are telling cell as functional unit also, isn't it? What is called functional unit? Each and every function, it happens in my body, it is because of my cells. Now I am talking to you, that is only because of cells. You may think that yes, my mouth is moving. How my mouth is moving? Because the cell which is present in my mouth. Okay, the cell which is present in my brain, the cell which is present in my hands. So all these things work together and it make me to talk. So each and every function which happens in our body, that is because of cells. So that's why we are calling cell as a functional unit. So there are various types of cells are there and it is in different sizes also. We can see the cell even in very minute microns, millimicrons. Okay, even we cannot see that through our naked eyes. Only with the help of microscope we can see. But some kind of cells, it is visible to our eyes also. For example, we can say that egg cells. Okay, so the cells are in different sizes and it is differ in shapes also. If you see our muscle cell, it is spindle shaped. Why it is like that? Because the function it is totally different from the function which other cells do. For example, what is the function of muscles? Muscles helping in movement. My mouth muscles are moving now. So, what is the function of my muscles? That is movement. So, for that, it has to be in particular shape. So, that's why it is in spindle shape. While this muscular cell contract and relax, my muscles are moving. When I'm moving my hand, actually the cell which is present in my hand, it is contracting and relaxing. While doing so, I can move my hands very easily. So now in the case of nerve cell, if you see the nerve cell, it is like a branches. Why it is being like that? Why it has to be branched out? Because one information has to pass to one organ to another organ. So that's why it is in branched structure. So according to the function that particular cell is doing, the shape and also the size, it varies. So now we are going to discuss about the structure of a typical animal cell. So if you see the structure of a cell, the outermost layer, it is cell membrane, and also it is called as plasma membrane. So this is actually protect all the other cell organelles which is present inside. Okay, it is a semi-permeable membrane and it let the material substance pass in and out of the cell. What is the meaning of semi-permeable? Selectively, it let the substance come through the cell and go out of the cell. So that's why we are calling that a semi-permeable. It won't allow everything. Only part of the things, selected things only it will allow. So that's why we are calling that as semi-permeable. So what are the function of this cell membrane, which means plasma membrane? First one is protection and the second one is transportation. Okay. Then secondly, cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid which is present inside the cell. Throughout the cell, you can see this cytoplasm. It is water-like liquid and it has all the other cell organelles scattered in it. Okay, the main function of the cytoplasm is protecting the cell from shrinking or bursting out. So that is the main function of this cytoplasm. Inside the cell, there won't be any tension at all because of this fluid. If the fluid is not there, then inside the cell there will be collapse and every organelle which is present inside, it will get damaged. So that is the function of cytoplasm. Then next one, main part, it is nucleus, the center part. In the nucleus, there are three different parts we can find. The outer layer, it is called as nuclear membrane. And this nuclear membrane, it is porous, which means it has some pores in it. Through the pores, the materials or protein, it just pass from in and out of the nucleus. So next, we can see nucleoplasm. Okay, in nucleoplasm, we can see dark circle-like structure that is called as nucleolus. This nucleus, it is very, very important part of the cell. Why? Because it contains all the chromatic matters inside it. The chromosomes are present inside DNA, RNA, everything. The synthesis of protein, the synthesis of lysosome, actually it happens inside this nucleolus. So this is a very, very important part of this cell. And it is also called as controlling part of this cell. Okay, this nucleus only controls the whole cell. Each and every cell activities are controlled by this nucleus. Okay, the next we are going to discuss is endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum, it's of two kinds. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Why it is being called as rough and smooth? If you see the rough endoplasmic reticulum, small dots you can see. Actually, these small dots are ribosomes. These ribosomes are scattered in this endoplasmic reticulum. So that's why we are calling that as rough. While you see there, it just look like a rough coarse substance. Okay, substrate. So that's why we are calling that as rough ER, endoplasmic reticulum. But in smooth ER, you cannot find any ribosome there. So it gives a smooth substrate. Okay. So what is the function of this rough ER and this smooth ER? So it helps in the transportation inside the cell. So the protein which is being synthesized inside the cell, it is being transported from one part of the cell to another part only through this ER. Okay, and also we have seen ribosomes here, isn't it? Even in the cell also, so many ribosomes we can see. Why? What is the purpose of ribosome? Why it is present in more numbers? Because these ribosomes are responsible for protein synthesis. So this protein, because of that only, it has to be synthesized in the cell in more number. So that's why the ribosomes also present more in number. So this synthesized protein, it is being transported from one part of the cell to another part of the cell through this ER. So the next organelle that we are going to discuss is centrioles. So this centriole is responsible for producing microtubules. So the microtubules are produced here in centrioles. The main function of this is while cell division happens, the chromosome, it is being just attracted to each different poles of the cells. So it happens only because of this centrioles. Okay, the next organelle that we are going to discuss is Golgi body. So this Golgi body, it is also called as Golgi complex and Golgi apparatus. If you see that, it is mostly look like a membrane folded organelle, and this is like a package center of this cell. So whatever protein it is being synthesized inside the cell, it is being packed and sent out of the cell with the help of this Golgi bodies. Okay, the next organelle that we are going to see is mitochondria. So this mitochondria, it is also called as powerhouse of the cell. Why we are calling that as powerhouse of the cell? Because ATPs, which means adenosine triphosphate, it is being synthesized here. These ATPs are utilized by the cell for every activities. Each and every cell activities, this ATPs, it is being utilized. Okay, so that's why we are calling this mitochondria as powerhouse of the cell. The next organelle that we are going to discuss is lysosome. This lysosome is also called as suicidal bag of cell. Why we are calling that like that? So because whatever the organelle is which is born out inside, it is being killed by this lysosome. So for that it has digestive enzyme inside it. So by using that digestive enzyme, lysosome will kill the organelles which has been already worn out. Okay, so that's why we are calling that as suicidal bag of the cell. So far we have discussed about various cell organelles and their functions. In our next video, we will discuss about cell division. Thank you.